Today, I will tell you about a discovery that will make you call your grandmother right after this video. When Maria opened her grandmother's jewelry box after the funeral, she expected to find the usual trinkets and old earrings. Instead, tucked beneath a faded silk lining, she discovered a yellowed envelope with her name written in her grandmother's shaky handwriting. Inside was a letter dated just 3 days before her grandmother passed away. "My dearest Maria," it began. "If you're reading this, then I'm finally at peace. I know these past few years have been hard on you. Watching me forget your name, forget our memories, forget who I used to be. But I need you to know something that Alzheimer's could never take away from me." Maria's hands trembled as she continued reading. Her grandmother wrote about how, even in her darkest moments of confusion, there was always one thing that remained crystal clear: the overwhelming love she felt whenever Maria walked into the room. Even when she couldn't remember Maria's name, her heart would flutter with joy at the sight of her granddaughter's face. "You would come every Sunday, even when I called you by your mother's name. You would brush my hair and tell me stories about your week, never showing frustration when I asked the same question 5 times. You thought I didn't remember, but love doesn't live in memory, sweetheart. Love lives in the soul." The letter went on to reveal that Maria's grandmother had been saving every dollar from her Social Security for 2 years, hiding it in that same jewelry box. She wanted Maria to use the money for the art school she had given up on to take care of her grandmother. "Don't you dare feel guilty about my choice to hide this money. You gave me your 20s when you should have been chasing your dreams. Now it's time to chase them again. Paint the world beautiful, my darling girl. Paint it for both of us." At the bottom of the letter was a small key. Maria looked back into the jewelry box and noticed a tiny lock she had missed. Inside was enough money to cover Maria's first year of art school, along with a photo of her grandmother as a young woman, standing proudly next to her own painting at an art gallery. On the back of the photo, in that same shaky handwriting, were the words, "Artists run in our family. Don't let our story end with me." 3 years later, Maria stood in her first solo art exhibition, holding that same photograph. Above her painting of her grandmother's hands hung a small placard that read, "For Abuela, who taught me that love transcends memory, and dreams transcend time." The visitors at the gallery didn't know why the young artist kept touching a faded photograph, or why she whispered thank you to it throughout the night. But they could feel the love radiating from every brushstroke. And somehow, that was enough.